Today, we are going to develop a web app for dating, like Tinder, where you can create your own dating profile, swipe through other profiles, get matches, and chat in real time. But the highlight is, with mern.ai, we are going to develop all of this in less than 1 hour. To do that, we need to develop a user login, develop the user profile and signed in view, develop a dating feed with swipeable cards, and develop a real-time chat to talk with your matches. This is not exactly a Tinder clone that I'm trying to develop here. This video is more about how far you can develop in just under an hour on ModStack. So if you are a beginner to ModStack, I suggest you check out some YouTube tutorials and guides on starting development with ModStack. I have provided some links in the description below. So let's start. So we need to build a dating app. I'm going to do this very straightforward. My first intention is to let my users sign up and register on my platform. So I'm going to start with a landing page and user authentication feature first. To add a feature to a project, we can just use the AI chat box and ask whatever we want. Add a homepage feature. What happens is AI will choose from a collection of pre-built templates for a landing page and ask your approval. Now the feature is getting built to your project. It still says it's building here. Okay, it's done now. Let's reload to see the changes. Now we have a simple landing page. I will show how I can do some customizations like changing this title and description. I can copy the title text and paste it in the search tab to find where it is in the code. Then I can simply replace this to whatever I want. Find your partner today and hit save. Now I can see the changes I have made in the output right here. Let's change the description as well. Swipe, chat, and connect. Okay, now let's add a user sign up and log into our project. With mern.ai, it's as easy as we added a homepage. Let's bring back the chat box. Add login feature. Now let's wait for the build to get completed. You can also use the AI to add a combination of features, like a dashboard with user login, or ask the AI to create a homepage with product listing, instead of doing one by one, like what we're doing now. So the output is now ready. Let's do a reload. There you have the sign in and sign up buttons. It's completely functional and we can try signing up with a user. john@example.com, some password, and register. So there you go, we registered a user and signed in within minutes. But for a dating app, this sign up form won't be enough. Let me log out first and show you how you can customize this sign up form. What we need to do is add more fields on the sign up form, like the gender of the user, their date of birth, and their interest, whether they like to date a male or a female. Customizing features on mern.ai is so simple. Keep up with me here. Go to this sidebar and click on the feature you want to customize. Here we need to edit the user authentication feature. Inside, you can see multiple files, 3 for login and 3 for registration. We don't need to customize the login now, so we can leave it as it is. So to add more fields, we can open register.server.tsx. That is the backend file for signup. Inside this file, let me put this to auto. Inside this file, you can see that we are already collecting name, then username, I think that's the email, and password parameters. Here we need to add 3 more fields, date of birth, gender, and interest. After that, what we need to do is scroll down to find profile section inside the same backend file and add the new entries there as well. Then save the file and the backend work is done. Now open register.client.tsx, that is the front-end file. Here you can see different input tags for name, email, and password. So we will just make a copy of one of the inputs and paste it 3 times to create 3 more inputs. Before creating the other 2, let me just rename this to gender. Now let's make another copy for date of birth. And another one for interest. Let's save it Now we can see on the output tab that we added 3 more fields to collect gender, date of birth and interest of the user. But this input is not exactly what we need to collect date of birth and gender. So let's change the type of each input. Go to the gender input first and do some necessary changes. ID equals gender, HTML4 equals gender. Now it's not ideal to collect gender from an input box, right? So we'll change the input tag to select. Close the select tag. And since this is a select tag, we don't need type to be mentioned here. Inside a select, we need options for the user to choose from. For that, we can use the option tag to specify an option. We will mark the first option tag as selected. That means it will be selected by default. And I'm going to leave it blank. Now we can create 2 more options. One for male. We don't need these 2 to be selected. Value equals male. And the other one for female. Let's hit save and check the output. Now we got a select box with 2 options for male and female. Next, for the date of birth input, we need to change the HTML4 to DOB, ID to DOB, and change the type to date. That's it. You can give a placeholder if you want. Select a date. Hit save. And we got a nice looking date picker. Now let's do the last field, dating interest. Interest also requires a select field with options to choose either male or female. So I'm just gonna copy the select tag from gender and paste it inside here. Change the HTML4 to interest, ID to interest, and yes, hit save. We got another drop down menu for interest. So we got all the new fields visually ready. So what's left of it is the connection between this frontend file and the backend file. The frontend is built and ready. We also did some changes on the backend file. Now let's go to the third file. We call it the hook file. The hook file collects the data to and fro between the frontend and backend files. Here 3 states are already defined for name, username, that is email, and password. So obviously we need to create 3 more states for the additional fields that we want. Then we need to change some things here. DOB, set DOB. Gender and set gender. Interest, set interest. Now below we can find some validation rules written for the first 3 fields. And we need to add 3 more just below. If not gender, say gender is required. Another one for DOB, date of birth is required. Last one for interest. Now below that, the same parameters are written again inside square brackets. We need to add the new parameters there as well. There is also a return function where we need to add these new entries. Finally, we have a try-catch block here. Inside the try block, when you call the register function, which is we are calling in the backend file here, we are already taking 3 more arguments. So we must pass these 3 inside this try-catch block in the same order as it's taken there. So DOB, gender, and interest, and hit save. Now for connecting this to the front end, that is the final part, go to the client.tsx file again, and inside the gender select box, change the value to hook.gender and change the onChange to hook.setGender. Similarly, you have to change value and onChange on the next 2 fields, hook.dob, setDob, hook.interest, hook.setInterest, and hit save. The integration is now complete. To check if the output is working as expected, we can go to the server.tsx file and create a new console.log there. The idea is that if you are registering as a new user, you can see if the additional details are collecting as expected on the terminal below. Let's create a test user. We will set the gender to female, set the date of birth to 16 Jan and interest to male. Now when I click on register, you can see the log here. Adding user details, and yes, there all the information that we just provided is shown correctly. That means we successfully integrated the front end and the back end. So the sign up form is now complete. So now we are collecting all the necessary information we want from the users. So that's it for this part. In the next part, we'll be doing much more engaging things like the signed in view, the 3 tabs for profile, feeds, matches, and much more. So see you in the next video.